What's good, y'all? What's going on? What's going on? Peace, peace, peace. Just wanted to pop in real fast, say what is up, see what is good with the collective. You know what I mean? I have some amazing crystals that I want to speak with y'all about tonight. You know what I mean? It is a little bit late. You know what I'm saying? It is a little bit late, but I have 5 protection crystals, 5 angelic crystals that I've been just working with just now, and I figured I would hop on and, you know, kind of share with you all these crystals. And now I believe some of these crystals I've never talked with you all about on the channel, but you know, guess what? I have some here, and you know, these are crystals that I've had for a while. These are crystals that I've had for a while, some of them. And some of them you've seen them in previous videos, you know what I mean? So, before I get into all of that, y'all see what's going on. Y'all see I got the crazy, you know, I got all kind of stuff going on, but that's not what I'm talking about right now. I want to talk about, I have 5 crystals that I want to hop into this evening that promote accessing the angelic realm, that promote angel energy, positive energy. As a matter of fact, before I even get into the video, I want to go ahead and hit y'all with some of this selenite, which this is actually, that's not one of the crystals I should talk about. I should talk about selenite, but I'm not going to talk about selenite because I always talk about selenite on the channel. Definitely go ahead and hit that like button. All right, now the first one that I want to talk with you all about is angelite. You know what I mean? Angelite, amazing crystal, blue for the throat chakra. You know, it promotes peace, angelic connection, telepathic communication. Super good for the throat chakra, the third eye chakra, and the crown chakra. So this is a really good crystal to use when you are meditating. This is a really good crystal to use for intuition. I'm looking at some of my notes right now. Intuition, dream recall. It also facilitates contact with spirit guides and angels, okay? It's a really good stone for calming your anxiety, and it promotes compassion and communication, all right? I love this stone. I always have it with me as a part of my crystal grid, where, you know, when I meditate first thing in the morning, it's a part of my crystal grid. So I was able to go ahead and grab it off of my crystal grid real fast, real quick, to share with you all. Angelite, powerful for your intuition, powerful for, you know, contacting spirit guides if you have loved ones on the other side, or if you want to be in contact with your ancestors. This is an amazing crystal to keep. I personally love that crystal. I actually used to pair it with celestite, which I do have over there. I didn't bring the celestite over. It's actually a small piece, but usually they make the egg, like the celestite egg, you know what I mean? And when I say they make it, I'm talking about the universe, I'm talking about God. All right, it's mined that way, and you know how it's mined, it usually looks like an egg, but the piece that I have is really small. It's kind of small, and I pair it with my angelite. I keep them together, all right, and pretty much it gives that angelic energy, okay? So the next one that I'm going to get into is angel aura quartz, all right? Amazing. This is another one of my beginner crystals that I got when I first started my crystal journey, all right? These 2 crystals you have not seen yet on this channel, but this has been a part of my life for, like, I believe the past 2 years now. You know, I've been working with crystals for about 2 years. And this is a really good crystal for joy, spiritual elevation, and emotional healing, all right? So if you're looking to get into your joy, if you're looking to get into your emotional healing bag, And you know, you just don't want to really carry around a lot of old baggage, and you want to keep things fresh and new, and tap into things that bring you joy and happiness. This is a really good crystal to keep with you, you know. And it's really good for emotional healing, because you know, a lot of us, we go through things, whether we're conscious or we're not conscious. We do go through a lot of things at times, and you know, we're not really sure how things are going to affect us until it happens. So this is a really good crystal to keep with you in case, you know, things pop up or you go through things and you're not sure how you're going to take it. This is a good crystal to keep with you. All right, now this crystal connects to the higher realms and angelic frequencies. Okay, this promotes emotional balance and release of trauma, and it amplifies your intentions and manifestation work. So this will help rid yourself of emotional issues. If you are very emotional, if things are happening that, you know, are out of your boundaries, you know, that are out of your control, and you just kind of want to get back balanced, this is a good crystal to use to keep with you. It's really good for manifestation. You know, I've spoken about manifestation crystals before on this channel, but I've never spoken about angel aura quartz. Angel aura quartz, you know, this is my personal piece that I keep on my altar as well. This is a part of my crystal grid as well, hence why you have not seen it in any of my previous videos, because you know, I like to meditate with this one. This is, you know, a part of my grid, you know, that I keep going, you know. And I like to keep a lot of crystals that connect me to the angelic realms and, you know, higher frequencies, you know, my higher self, because I feel like I'm at my best when things are really positive, you know. And you know, even here in the third dimension, here on Earth, that's what I call the third dimension, you know, it's life. You know what I mean? It's life. Things happen. Not every day is a good day. It is what it is. But you can always choose to have a good day. You can always make a choice to say that your day is going to be a good day. And when you do make that choice, this is a really good crystal to pair with that decision that you make. And as I say in all my videos, you don't necessarily have to have the crystal with you in order to tap into the energy, okay? You know, now, not everyone is into crystals, so it's totally understandable. But it's always a good practice to access the frequency that you want to operate on. And whether you have the crystal or you don't have the crystal, you know, you want to acclimate yourself so that you can be in alignment with the energy and the frequency that you do want to have experience within your day-to-day life. So angel aura quartz, one of my favorites. I love it. I think of it all the time. Okay, now one of my favorites, the master healer clear quartz crystal. Now this is a new clear quartz crystal. I always show y'all my Super 7, you know, my Super 7 crystal. I speak about that all the time, which has clear quartz in it. I also talk about my clear quartz that I wear, but this is actually a new one. This is one that I keep on my altar as well when I meditate. Actually, I keep it with my, it's a confirmation, hit that like button. I keep it with my tarot cards, you know. I keep it with my tarot cards over there, you know what I mean? And really, I don't really show all of my crystals when it comes to stuff like that, but this is an exception because this is a master healer crystal right here. This crystal is a amplifier. It is a amplifier. It amplifies the energy in your room. It amplifies your energy. It amplifies the energy of any and all crystals that are in close proximity to it. So this is a powerhouse. This right here, clear quartz crystal, this is the first crystal I've ever bought was clear quartz crystal. You know, shout out to Bohemian Chic. I've been saying it wrong all this time, Bohemian Chic, but it's spelled C-H-I-C. Okay, Bohemian Chic. You know, that's my family over there. I love y'all. You know, I bought my first clear quartz crystal over there, and I just been in love ever since, you know. And so this crystal, it amplifies. It's an amplification crystal. It brings clarity and it brings healing. Okay, very important. If you want to be one that sees things with clarity, if you want to be one that sees things with healing, if you want things to be amplified, if you want to be at one with all of that, this is the crystal that you get. Clear quartz crystal. I'm looking through my notes. All right. This amplifies the energy and the intention that you set. Okay. So this is a very programmable crystal, as all of them are. But this is the most programmable crystal of them all, which means if you program this crystal and you make it to the level you want to reach in your life, and you occasionally sage your crystals, or you Palo Santo, or you use your smudging, you can actually do that, and then you can reprogram this crystal to bring you to a different level. Okay, so this crystal can be programmed lots and lots of times. You can work with this crystal just to kind of bring the desired life that you wish to experience into your experience. And when you're done, or when you made it to the finish line, you can smudge and you can reprogram this crystal to, you know, for your next set of goals. You know, so this crystal, it doesn't have to be stuck in last year's energy, or last month's energy, or last week's energy, or yesterday's energy. You can, you know, sage every day, or, you know, smudge every day, you know, or whatever's easier for you. You know, like me personally, I like to kind of keep the crystals with the energy that I program them with, and I might Palo Santo here and there, just to kind of, you know, I don't want to unprogram them and, you know, have to reprogram them again, because I actually like the way my crystals are working for my life. So I don't really need to reprogram them, but I do like how I have it programmed. Okay, so this is a master healer. If you have not healed, if you are the type of person where you carry, you know, your problems, and you know, you talk about, you know, the woes of life, and you wonder why you can't get out of thinking about the problems or the issues, this is a good crystal to keep with you, to help you on that journey to drop those bags and, you know, live freely. You know what I mean? Amazing crystal. Clear quartz crystal. I'm gonna leave it right here in the front. Ha! Amethyst. Y'all might have seen this once. But this is the one right here. This crystal right here. I had to get an amethyst, even though there is amethyst in this Super 7 that I work with, but I wanted to get one with just straight amethyst, and, you know, Bohemian Chic, you know, which I got all my crystals from. All my crystals that you see in front of you, go hit them up. Go subscribe to them on YouTube, on Instagram, Facebook, the whole shebang, you know. And hit that like button. You know, if y'all like it, if y'all find quality value in this video, definitely subscribe to the channel. Definitely, you know, hit that like button. All right. And, you know, amethyst is an amazing crystal, because what I like is, I'm the type of person, you know, before I get into my notes, I'm the type of person, I like to be, I actually enjoy being intuitive. Like, I enjoy it. You know, before it used to scare me, you know, but a lot of times you can and will be scared of things that you do not understand. But that's where, you know, when you take the time to learn yourself and learn how your mind works and learn how your thoughts work, you know, nothing should scare you. You should be, instead of beware, you should be aware, you know. And this is one way you can be aware. So I love being in my intuition. And so, you know, what my notes are showing me is that it brings forth protection, intuition, and tranquility. So if you're a tranquil person, like right now I'm chilling, it's just me in the house, you know, very tranquil. You know, I'm chilling out, you know, hey, cooler than the other side of the pillow, you know what I mean? I got that from I heard that back in the day, you know, when I used to watch ESPN real heavy. You know, one of the gentlemen on there used to say that. But yeah, it's really good for protection and intuition. Now, your intuition could be the protection. You know, being able to be intuitive enough to see things before it happens could cause you to protect your energy. All right. Everything is energy, so most likely that energy would you could then transmute it. You can, alchemize it. You can see something that could be bad and see the good in it. You know, intuition is amazing, and what it does is it opens up your third eye and your crown chakra. So your third eye is here, your crown chakra is here. Okay, this is where you get your downloads from God, from the universe, from the source of creation, from the creator, from the all, whatever it is that you subscribe to, just put the words where it may be. What this does is it enhances your spiritual awareness and your psychic abilities. Now I've been feeling psychic since I've been wearing my clear quartz, but this just amplifies it, because there's a lot of things there's a lot of situations where people will call me and they'll start telling me things like I have friends that'll call me, they start telling me what's going on, and I'm giving them the answer before they get to the end of it, and they're like, could you let me finish talking? You know what I mean? And I'm like, you know how friends are. So, but it's like you see what's going on before it goes on, and you care about people, you have love for people, you want to let them know. So a lot of times, now mind you, if I deep dive a little bit, having spiritual awareness and psychic abilities is all about the laws of correspondence, the laws of cause and effect. Okay, now if you know the cause, you'll know what the effect will be. If you know the effect, you'll know what the cause was. So case in point, if something happens, you'll know why. If something doesn't happen yet, you'll know why. All right. Now, this enhances your spiritual awareness, psychic abilities. This calms the mind and supports restful sleep. It also aids in emotional healing and stress relief. So this is a good crystal for your dream state, when you are subconscious, when you are in your resting state. And it may even be good for astral traveling, daydreaming, which is the same thing. Amethyst is very powerful. It's a very powerful crystal. I love this crystal. I haven't really shown it too much on this channel. I might have shown it maybe once or twice before. This is a must-have. This and clear quartz. These are my... Yeah. This actually, it should have been a beginner crystal. It should have been one of my beginner crystals, but I went straight from clear quartz to moldavite, which is... And you see I wear the moldavite every day. You know what I mean? Now I put this on for y'all. You know what I mean? I don't walk around like this every day. Actually, to be super honest, I only wear this every day, what you see in the middle, and I wear it tucked in